Hey, I'm Mark Sutter with HurricaneTrack.com, welcoming you to the premiere of the trailer for my upcoming documentary titled It Only Takes One. Why is that the title of it? Well, you remember back at the beginning of the hurricane season when it was expected that we would have a below average season in terms of seasonal activity. We heard the phrase, it only takes one to ruin your season. It's supposed to be a below average season, but it only takes one to ruin things. Well, in this case, I think that the sort of play on words here, it only takes one, and I scratched out the one there and put a two. We are talking about two distinct events where you can say, those are the poster children of it only takes one. For North Carolina and parts of South Carolina, of course, that was Hurricane Florence. And then most recently here, just a week later as I'm recording this, Hurricane Michael. So, yeah, it only takes one, but sometimes it could be two. And I'm going to go with that title, It Only Takes One. I think it'll be catchy. And for people that these hurricanes affected, I think this is going to be a very well done documentary to show exactly what happened, the inside look, if you will. So that's what this trailer that I'm introducing here is going to be all about. All right, so how can you get in on owning this documentary? Well, first of all, it's going to be ready next spring. It's going to take me a few months to put this together. I'm not putting together a highlight reel of money shots, so to speak. I want to tell a story. I want to show exactly what happened, how it happened, from the behind-the-scenes perspectives of our equipment, our cameras that were rolling, both the unmanned, and from the perspective of how we do what we do. Good friend now of HurricaneTrack.com and one of our patrons, one of our supporters, his name is Brent. He came up, kind of dropped out of the sky, if you will, from the U.S. Virgin Islands, from St. John, to help out during Florence and then again during Michael. And not only does he help by driving and setting up equipment and putting on a ratchet strap like a boss. Yeah, I'm telling you what, he is real good at the ratchet strap. He also filmed a lot of things sort of behind the scenes as I'm setting things up with his GoPro, and I'm going to really be able to tell a very complete story like I've never been able to do before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer something very special on Patreon. Patreon is this amazing method by which you can support people who are doing important work, whether it be creators from YouTube, artists, glass makers, movie makers, filmmakers, animators, storytellers, comic book writers. Patreon is set up to support those people so that they can earn a living doing what they do best. And that's what I do through HurricaneTrack.com and my field work, etc. And so what I'm going to do is offer something very unique. For people that sign up and who have already signed up on Patreon at the $25 per month level of pledging or higher, if you've already signed up for that, or you sign up between now, the time you're watching this, and November 30th, the end of the season, and stick with me until the documentary is done at the very least, hopefully you'll stick around longer than that, I will do the following things for you. The incentive. You will get your name in the credits when it's all said and done. Special thanks goes to, your name will be there. You will receive a digital copy before anybody else does. You'll get to screen the finished documentary in full high definition, no commercials, no ads, no monetization. You're helping to fund it. You are the sort of the producers that are bringing in the money, the funding, the money people. That's you. That's your role. My role will be to produce the series or the documentary. Hopefully it's not going to be a series. That'd be bad. But you get the idea. And then I'm also going to give you exclusively, just for the people that are signing up and supporting this through Patreon, a copy of the raw entire video from Mexico Beach, from the GoPro camera that was set up. It's many, many, many hours long, many gigabytes. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it, but I will give you a complete copy, probably on a couple of Blu-ray discs or put it on the cloud or something and let you download it, and you'll have that as well. Because, we're only going to have, maybe 100 or so people that are going to do this, obviously. I wish everyone would, then I could have all the funding in the world But, I realize it, that not many people can pony up $25 a month in the grand scheme of things, but there are enough who are in the position to do that it could really help out what I'm trying to do in the future, and that is, first and foremost, got to feed my family. This is my job. This is what I do. And we are mostly crowd-funded in terms of long-term, reliable support. The next thing I want to do is replace this. The old Chevy Tahoe that we've talked about lots of times. We tried to get the attention of General Motors and Chevrolet and various dealerships, and nobody was really interested. In fact, we never heard back from anybody corporate at General Motors or Chevrolet. We really did put a good effort into it, and that's fine. That's fine. We're going to just fund it ourselves. And I think that's actually more admirable, than, earning it yourself. I'll take that route. And so growing this group of patrons, of our supporters, is extremely important, and I think this is a good idea. Of course, the finished product will be available for purchase on DVD, Blu-ray, and digital download, but that's next spring. We'll worry about that at that point in time. I'm not going to do any pre-sales or anything like that. Right now, I'm trying to build up the support on Patreon, because that is an amazing way to gain insight as to how I do what I do, the behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm going to also provide weekly updates to those who are supporting the project, give you a progress report. How are things going as I compose on those synthesizers back there, the music that's going to go into this documentary. When you watch the trailer here in just a minute after I shut up, you'll hear the music that I've composed. I did it last night, just impromptu, totally improv. Sat down, banged out what you're going to hear as the background music in like 15 minutes. I don't know where music comes from. It just came to me. And I think you'll see that it's very fitting. So for those of you that are in the position to support this, I highly encourage you and hope that you'll go to patreon.com/HurricaneTrack. That address will be up at the end of the trailer. You'll see it. And become a supporter. Become a sustaining supporter of not only this project, but hopefully you'll hang around for many, many, many months afterwards, and we can build this into something where I can hire a staff. We've got lots of volunteers that help out. I want to hire a staff. I want to get bigger. I want to do better and really tackle hurricane landfalls, big nor'easters, the monsoon in the southwest, Pacific hurricanes that bring flooding to Arizona and Utah and Nevada and elsewhere that come up out of the southeastern Pacific, and the big floods that we get in this country. Whether or not the climate change issue and it's caused by mankind driving around in SUVs is real or not, it does not matter. We are in the middle of the weather every day. It affects everything we do, and we're on the front lines no matter what the cause is. If it's natural variance or if it's influenced by mankind's existence, you got to figure we've got some influence, right? So we might as well learn to adapt and to understand what we are dealing with better, and we have the technology and the tools to do so and to do so safely. I want the data. I want to collect more weather data than we've ever done before, and this type of support that I'm trying to drum up by having something this important such as this documentary, I think will help towards that goal as we go forward. So without further ado, check out the trailer, the official trailer for It Only Takes One, and when it's done, please head over to patreon.com/HurricaneTrack, Hurricane T-R-A-C-K. You'll see it typed out there at the end, and become a sustaining supporter of this important project. And I really do appreciate that. Be sure to share on social media, get the word out. And you know what? When this is all said and done, maybe I'll have something worthy of entering into a film festival, and we just might be able to get this on the big screen somewhere. Wouldn't that be amazing? I would certainly love it, and I think it's important to the people that these hurricanes impacted to tell the story from the proper perspective, and I'm going to do so from the science angle of things like you've never seen it before. I am Mark Settle for HurricaneTrack.com. Thanks for watching. Now, enjoy the trailer.
that's it. We don't need it.
Right. Secrets, man.